Hey, welcome to this week's version of Making the Hot Tag.
Howdy, howdy.
We had a little bit of time in between because we were celebrating the holidays.
Celebrating the holidays and acknowledging COVID guidelines.
Right, because there was travel over Christmas and, we didn't want to give each other COVID.
Exactly.
Because that would suck.
Yes, it would.
So here we are, COVID-free.
Yes, indeed.
And back in the bed.
Yay.
With lots of popcorn.
Miss these days.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know what this says about my family, but we've never been huge, drinkers in the house, right? I didn't drink a lot when my kids were in the house, and my parents, at a party or out to eat. But they weren't have a beer every night, have a glass of wine every night. And so this year, as always, my mom gives us a bunch of gifts, and my dad always picks out one gift for his girls. And it's usually something lovely, a piece of jewelry. Sometimes he sends me a membership to the MFA, which I love. So this year, it was like a wine bag. And I was like, oh, he must have bought me a nice bottle of wine. And I opened it up, and it was a giant bottle of Kettle One vodka. And then...
a little more advanced than wine.
Right. And then my son, who lives in New York's gift, arrived, and I opened his gift. And it was a bottle of fancy gin. Gin and whimsy. Pomp and whimsy.
Pomp and whimsy, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they're suggesting I drink too much or they're suggesting I should drink more.
We'll go with the latter.
Yeah, they think I should drink more?
The latter feels more comfortable.
Okay, yeah. So they're encouraging me to drink. So, because I'm a caring, giving person... I've decided to take that encouragement. And the bottle of gin came with a little booklet of recipes.
Mixed beverages?
Yes, to make with this particular gin. And so we are going to try on the air right now the first one I've made. Yes. So I just opened it. We cracked it open. And what was it called?
Something Philly.
A gin Philly or something?
Fun Philly?
A fun Philly? Oh, man.
Full Philly?
Full
It was Philly.
Had the word Philly, as in small horse, or female horse.
But lo and behold, there's more gin drinks than gin and tonic or gin and
right.
juice.
So we're having a gin Philly or a fin Philly
Something
or a fun Philly. And we haven't tried it yet. It might be disgusting. We'll see. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Nice crisp taste.
Ooh, I am a fan.
This is a good fall beverage.
This is fantastic. So for those of you wondering what we're drinking, this is the gin, about 1.5 ounces, with a 1/2 ounce of lime juice, chilled, poured over ice, then 3 ounces of ginger beer on top. Fantastic. All right.
Solid.
Back to wrestling.
Yes.
Because, wrestlers are gin drinkers.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Well,
not.
Maybe some.
Yeah.
I'm not a wrestler.
Wrestling fan.
Okay. So today it's a bit of a sad day.
Oh, because we lost a wrestler. I saw that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A wrestler by the name of Brodie Lee recently passed away. Non-COVID related lung disease was what it was. He was he's probably been wrestling for about 15 years. Mm-hmm. Give or take.
He's been growing his beard for about that long as well.
You saw? Oh, that's right. I posted. Yeah, I posted. Uh-huh. Yeah. He looks like a rugged trucker. Mm-hmm. Was sort of his character in the He was in the WWE for a long time. They didn't use him as well as they should have.
Underappreciated. Very
underappreciated. And then
so we're going to appreciate him.
Oh, we're definitely going to appreciate him. So, for the last 9 months, he was with AWE, and they were really the second big promotion. Mm-hmm. And they were really building him up to be a big main eventer. He had his own group of people underneath him in a way, and he was really shooting to the top. So it's a sad thing that he was taken away so soon.
Well, I'm very sad. Oh, completely unrelated. Belated Merry Christmas to Brendan's mom. Sorry, I meant to say that at the beginning, but I was talking about booze. So
as you're starting this, this is essentially his last independent match before he went to the WWE. He is wrestling a gentleman by the name...
Oh, I just messed up the... I'm not drunk. It's really 3 sips of gin. Okay, sorry. Finish up before I leave.
He's wrestling a gentleman by the name of Eddie Kingston.
Oh. I needed to take another sip because I was so...
Taken aback?
You know what? I think it's further away than it was before.
I think you're right.
All right, I'm moving it a little closer. Right, sorry,
We're
guys.
doing production work in the middle, so...
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Play.
Oh, I need it louder. I really like the entrance through the, rec room.
Oh yeah, this venue.
Curtain, you know I love that.
That's a big reason why I chose this. The venue just screams Deirdre.
Look at his hair. He looks like my drunk uncle in the basement. I don't actually have a drunk uncle in the basement, but if I did, this is what it would look like.
Oh yeah, no,
is he wearing sweatpants or jeans?
Jeans.
That's hilarious.
So, since he's passed away, over the last week, a lot of wrestlers have been tweeting stories about him because he's probably one of the better human beings.
Who's he chasing?
That's a ring announcer.
So he just chased the ring announcer?
Yeah, for no reason.
Oh my god, I love him.
Just because. So one of the big stories, or one of the funniest stories that I read, is that as dirty as his clothes look, they always smell fresh out of the dryer.
Really? So he had that dryer sheet smell.
Yeah. He was able to make himself look dirty and oily, but smelled like a dream.
Well, that's how I like my guys. Dirty and oily, but smelling like a dream. All right.
So
this is pre-COVID, and he had a
very
bandana
pre-COVID.
on.
So I think this is the first time that we're introducing 2 brand new wrestlers to you. That I am.
Yeah, I don't know either one of them.
So Eddie Kingston is, how do I describe him? He's your, I don't say typical New Yorker.
I was going to say he looks like every tool I ever dated when I was single.
But yeah, he's one of the better guys out there. His interviews are always you being an acting coach, if you heard the way he delivers promo, there wouldn't be a whole lot for you to.
Awesome. So I'd be a fan.
Yes.
This is the most fully dressed I've seen any wrestler. So nobody's in panties. Everybody's in pants. Are those pants going to go somewhere, or is he wearing them when he wrestles?
I think he keeps them on.
Interesting. So we've got full-on jeans and sweatpants. This seriously looks like Thanksgiving in someone's basement. Like when 2 relatives have a little bit too much to drink and start to go at it.
And all the cousins are circling around.
Yes, exactly. Why is there Asian stuff here?
So the name of the promotion is Chikara, and this is for their essential heavyweight, their main title.
But there are none of those awesome Japanese wrestlers that you showed me before.
Correct.
All right, interesting.
This is an
this
American.
Is about as American looking. This is this is from a truck stop American. Yeah.
Funny enough, I think this takes place in Iowa or Idaho or one of those I states.
Oh, for sure. Someplace flat. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Alright, so this is the first time I'm seeing a referee and a separate ring announcer. It's yes. That's
really?
the first. Yes. Everything else you've ever shown us, there's one guy, and he's usually the referee. Oh, holy crap! That's hilarious. That's awful.
Continuation.
Oh my god, this really is 2 dudes in a basement. Oh god, that's so funny.
It's great.
I'm actually ashamed of myself at how much I like that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Of course there is. It's horrendous. Are those really... no, they're just jeans. I thought maybe they were overalls with the things hanging down. Alright. Ooh. And there's boxing going on here, not just wrestling. They're punching.
It's a fight.
Yeah, it's a fight. We don't see a lot of punching in the other ones. You see slapping.
Yep.
The chest slaps and the stuff, but not the curled fist. Yep.
Throwing fists.
Yeah, so tell me about that. Whether What's that? Its place in wrestling? Is it frowned upon? Is it against the rules? Is it just something that isn't like? Tell me about that.
It's very stylistic. So, there's different types of wrestling. There's the high flyers. There's the powerhouses, like the big guys that throw other guys around, and then there's a more mainstream example would be Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is considered a brawler, where their focus is just throwing fists.
This looks like a full-out brawl. I'm just curious, though, why in some of the more aggressive wrestling matches we've seen that were not totally gymnastic, that were a little more aggressive, I still didn't see curled fist punch. I saw, like, slaps and elbows. I think this is the first one I've seen somebody haul off like they're boxing.
Right.
And
well, it's I guess it's a preference, because when the slapping, I think it's more controlled, and it creates its own sound.
Right.
Whereas with punching, you don't get much of a sound effect, and if you try to,
and if you do it wrong,
right.
This is just freaking mean.
It is.
This is the most street brawly we've seen. Nobody's like doing fancy gymnastic. They're just beating the crap out of each other.
And the reason why it's great is because it fits. Like, if you didn't...
He looks like a serial killer.
That was kind of... that's...
Like from like one of those horrible... I watch serial killers all day, every day on Netflix and Prime. I really do. It's a problem. It's a serious problem. I fell asleep to them.
Is that what you were watching when I came
Yes, yes. I was watching about the Bayou killings. I like it when they're real, right? I'm sick. So anyway, he looks like most of the people in those documentaries.
So it's funny because, like I said, this was his last match before he started with WWE. His character was part of a group that were essentially like a Bayou cult family.
Oh my god, and I was just watching that's so funny. And the people they think did the killings are like a family down there that...
Like in Louisiana?
Yes!
Yeah.
On the Bayou, they kill girls and throw them in the water.
Yeah.
And they're unsolved, and there's like, I don't know, 15 girls now.
Jeez. So yeah, he was... I don't want to call him a lackey of the group because he doesn't look like a lackey. But they had the leader, and then it was him and another big guy that always flanked. Yeah, and they were, always big and menacing.
Yeah, big and menacing, definitely.
He
looks like all of the... I wish... So maybe in the editing, you can cut in a tiny little bit of the guy that's their main suspect, because he absolutely looks like a relative of his. So maybe, I don't know if you can get away with that copyright-wise, but for a still picture or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it at the end.
Yeah, because he looks just like him. I would be terrified of him. Like, even... So, they all look scary in their own way.
Right.
But you know that there are some people going to wrestling because, I don't know, it's a skill set, it's fun, they're interested in it. And there are some people going to wrestling because they like to hurt people. Right? Just like, boxing. Like Mike Tyson is different in the ring than other people. Some people bite off people's ears. He looks to me like somebody who enjoys hurting people. Like, I'm not sure if I worked out a routine with him, I would feel totally safe.
Well, I think this is the reason why his death really hit home with a lot of wrestlers, is because this isn't him. Like, he was a very sweet person.
Like the opposite of this, right?
Yeah.
Like the smelling good clothes with the Brodie, right?
Yeah. He was a family man. Like, he had 2 kids and a wife. And everyone always talked about how much he would talk about his family and his kids and how much he loved them. And, when you're, at least when you're in the WWE, you're on the road 320 days a year. And so you build... Stepping on his face.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious and awful. Plus, he's got really crappy shoes. Like, again, he looks like somebody's drunk on home in the basement with, like, his crusty old shoes that he's had for a million years that originally were dress shoes, but now he wears with jeans. You know.
Yep.
You know, that's what those look like. Oh my God. He might be... this is so sad to be so late to the party, but he might be my new fave.
Well, that's good. So it's funny because obviously when I heard that he was passing, I knew I was going to do one of his matches. Mm-hmm. So I was going through what I was able to find, and I found a match that was earlier than this, and he didn't always have this huge beard. He had mutton chops.
Ooh, I like a good mutton chop too. I'm a fan of a good mutton chop.
So
I think he had me at chasing
the ring announcer.
So
part of the story of this is I don't think the announcers mention it. But like I said, it was his last match before WWE. So the audience is chanting, "You sold out" once in a while.
Oh.
And Eddie Kingston at times is like yelling, you know, "Get out of here." So
they already knew that he was,
And before there was a spot that he did where he did John Cena's like taunt to get a rise out of the crowd. Just had to put that in there.
No, I don't hear this one as well. The sounds on it, even though it's
when I recorded it, I turned the volume down. Because sometimes it does get a bit loud.
It does get a little loud. I can still hear it, but it's a little bit softer. So, I'm also fascinated by the fact that his bandanas stay firmly put.
Yeah, that is impressive.
That's got to be sewed in. That's got to be sewed in. I think that's the first really fake-looking thing I've seen. He, like, backed up to catch him on his shoulders. All right, so is there supposed to be a designated good guy and bad guy? Because I would pick, him as the bad guy. Like
Brodie?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know who was the good guy and bad guy before this match, but the way match has been built, Eddie Kingston's the good guy.
Yeah, that's what
I thought.
And
because this is Brodie's last match, he's default the bad
guy, right? I like his little baloney patch in the back. It looks like a piece of baloney in the back of his head. I love when men with lots of hair still have a little bald patch in the back. It looks like a piece of baloney.
That's an interesting name.
Like somebody threw a little round of bologna.
And it just
stuck to his head.
There.
You've never thought that when you looked at the bald spot on the back of people's head?
Nope.
I always think that. It looks like a perfectly round piece of... And if it's a small one, it looks like stick bologna. And if it's a big one, it looks like the big piece of bologna. But that's all I can see is bologna.
Well, now I'm going to see it forever. So thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Little gift.
Yeah.
Little gift from me to you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll enjoy my hot chocolate with thinking of bologna heads now.
Speaking of that, Brendan gave me a Young Bucks t-shirt for Christmas, so I might be wearing it next episode. Stay tuned. Oh. He's just standing there kicking him. This is straight out of Brawl.
It is.
And it's a fully dressed Brawl. I keep thinking, how can he possibly show me something different than he's already shown me? And there's always something different. Always. Ooh! So that was a little gymnastic for them. So that was one little twirly thing.
That's one of his finishing moves.
Okay, so what's it called? Because they have names.
The truck stop.
It's called the truck stop? I would have called it the twirly bird.
I know you would have, but do you think a big guy like that would call it?
It looks like a twirly bird.
It does look like a twirly bird.
It looks way more like a twirly bird than a truck stop. Oh, and our first homoerotic moment of the match. They made it all the way to here. Oh. Yeah, that's just dirty. Ooh, more punching. I'm enjoying the punching. Feel free to bring on more punching.
They will.
I don't know why I like it. No, I mean like things that have punching in them. Did they teach him that in wrestling school, though? Because they do it really fast. I can't even do it. I can't do it as fast as they do it.
I mean, The Rock is very...
Well, he can be. He's hot. I love him. I was almost in a movie with him.
Which one?
The one where he has a daughter show up from nowhere that he didn't know existed.
Oh, yeah.
So, originally, when they auditioned for that, they auditioned a lot of the side parts in Boston. And I got cast as her mom. Not her mom, her aunt. The aunt that so her mom dies and she's staying with The Rock. She runs away from The Rock. And then The Rock hurt his back. And they canceled shooting for a long time. And then when they came back, they had recast it all in Hollywood. So,
jeez.
I lost it. But that would have been cool.
Would have. Been 0 degrees away from The Rock.
I know. I'm 2 degrees from Kevin Bacon.
What if I told you I'm 0 degrees away from Kevin Bacon?
You didn't perform with Kevin Bacon.
I was in the movie with Kevin Bacon.
You were?
Yeah. Sleepers.
You were in Sleepers.
Yeah, they filmed.
So that's the reason I'm 2 degrees from Kevin Bacon. So now I'm again 2 degrees from Kevin Bacon. Because Jeff Donovan was in Sleepers.
Yep.
He and I went to school together. We're in a bunch of shows together. And I had a little fun. He's icky, though.
Wait, the guy from Burn Notice?
Yes. So because we were in a bunch of performances together, I'm 2 degrees, so now I'm still 2 degrees again. I'd rather be 2 degrees with you than with him. I shouldn't say this on anything that anybody can watch, because somebody might be a huge fan.
I mean, technically you're 0 degrees from me.
Right, but I'm... Yeah. So I'm... Yeah.
You're 1 degree from Kevin Bacon.
I'm 1 degree from Kevin Bacon. Oh. Yeah, I'm 1 degree.
So while we were discussing Kevin Bacon...
Sorry.
We actually missed a couple of open hand slaps.
No! Should we go back, or should I just... Alright. So there was some slapping. They got through with punching. See, I really thought this was going to be...
You still have to be... He held up a huge guy.
Yeah, but I don't like the face and the groin. I don't think it's necessary. I don't like it. And it's in every... there's no way. Okay, he's been out fighting him this entire time. And now he's suddenly on the ground. And why is his clothes getting torn off? Are they blurring his nipples?
No, it's just bad quality.
I swear to God, it looks like they're blurring his nipples.
No,
either that or he doesn't have nipples.
I'm pretty sure it's
I think he had his nipples removed.
I mean, we're 15 minutes into this match. He's probably exhausted.
He doesn't have
nipples.
Ooh. Yeah. I just don't... I don't believe he'd lose. He was winning so handedly. I don't buy it. Ooh. And again, the head and the crotch. What is that?
It's a power bomb.
I don't like it. Now, look at him moving his head up and down. Tell me what that looks like. That was dirty.
He was getting into the...
He was doing this between his legs. It looked like he was... Tell me I'm wrong. By the way, I'm so hungry right now that I'm eating an excessive amount of popcorn. So I apologize for the non-stop popcorn eating. I didn't plan well and I did not eat before this. Okay, good. He's back up. Go get him. Give him a kick. No, leave his head alone. Oh, back in the crotch. See?
They're power moves.
You can't...
A big guy... What about that?
That was okay.
Okay.
That was acceptable.
Backhand.
Yep, drunk fall. Punch drunk, that's what they call it. He hurt his elbow on his head.
I love that Eddie Kingston's finishing move is just punching the guy in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm. Like a donkey punch. Oh, there's this nipple.
Yeah, it was just bad quality.
I feel like they both should lose. They're both on the like...
Well, the match is over.
I know, but they're like both wiped out. They should both lose. Like, it doesn't look like either one of them should be the winner. Is that confetti like I have at my like 15th birthday party.
Streamers.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a wrestling tradition to throw streamers at wrestlers you appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept this going because, like I said, it's his last match. So during the match, the crowd is, booing him, chanting him, "You sold out."
But are they going to give him some love now?
Yeah, it's a 180 to show their appreciation for a good person and a good wrestler.
I don't think he ended up without a shirt. That's hilarious.
Well, he took down the straps from me.
I know, but it's like I didn't even see that happening. I feel like if you won the belt, you should be standing strong and not, like, barely making it out. It's my opinion.
I know. And I'm just in the world of wrestling. It strengthens the value of the title if their champion, like, if the champion just steamrolls over everyone, the crowd isn't going to expect the title to change.
But at the end, you should limp off. You should pull yourself together. Oh my god, he looks like a Neanderthal. Ooh, he's sweaty. Bet his clothes don't smell so good now.
Probably not, but...
And the bandana's still in place.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's sewn in, see? You can see the top of the blue one.
Yeah, there's a hem. You can see a hem, yeah.
Yep, it came out all except for the top. So is she baloney patch. You know what I would really like? If you gave the ring announcer
one more kick?
Just one big punch on his way out. This looks like he's saying hi to his family.
Well, he beat the uncle, and now he's getting appreciation from his cousins.
Right, from his cousins, right? Aww. Well, that was, so I feel a little bit like when I taught my...
This is pre-COVID, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Although I feel like he'd do it now.
Probably.
Right. So, when I introduced my daughter to Frank Sinatra and she fell in love with the song Fly Me to the Moon, she was probably 6. And she said she wanted to go see him in concert, and I had to tell her that he was no longer with us, and she was, like, burst into tears. So it's sort of the same thing. Like, you made me a fan when he's no longer... Thanks, Brendan. Appreciation for... one of the greats.
Thankfully, there's still a catalog to go through.
Yeah.
He has plenty of matches we can dive into.
Well, thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to continue to drink my beverage.
Or whatever Philly.
Or something Philly. Fin Philly, gin Philly, something Philly.
It wasn't gin Philly.
I'm going to find out for the next one.
And correct me, I'm sure, if it is gin Philly.
Maybe. But it probably isn't.
Probably.
Fin Philly. Anyway. We will see you at the next show. I will maybe be wearing my Young Bucks shirt, and we'll tell you what we were drinking, and maybe we'll be drinking something new. Yeah, and, next episode is going to be the first episode of 2021. Get out. Shh, talk about 2021 quietly. We don't want to scare it away. Very true. Right. Okay. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye. Bye.